Next, the chair would like to recognize Council Member Sallie Alcorn, for a proclamation to Prison Entrepreneurship Program in honor of their program and all the good work that it does. Councilmember Alcorn.
Thank you very much, Mayor Pro Tem, and I'm really excited to introduce everybody to Brian Kelly, who I met recently, who's the CEO of the Prison Entrepreneurship Program. Before COVID, I did a restorative justice program at the Darrington unit called Bridges to Life. It's a 14-week program with the prisoners there, and I would always hear about people wanting to get into the prison entrepreneurship program. It's kind of like getting into Harvard Business School. It's really hard to get into. You have to have a stellar record. You have to have a really good drive because it's super hard. And so I met with Mr. Kelly, and he explained to me all about the program, and I'm super excited to introduce it to everybody. They're having a big event, fundraising event next Thursday, September 23rd, so doing this proclamation in anticipation of that event. So let me tell you a little bit more about the program, and then we'll hear from Mr. Kelly. Houston's own Prison Entrepreneurship Program has been at the intersection of social justice and economic mobility since its founding in 2004. The organization believes business executives can be catalysts for transformation by helping our incarcerated and returning citizens to change through character development, entrepreneurship education, and personal mentoring. The program trains men in prison and supports them as they restart their lives post-release with comprehensive services, including transitional housing, employment services, and continuing education. Prison Entrepreneurship Program's 17-year success is evidenced by a recidivism rate of less than 10%, 100% employment within 90 days of release, even during COVID, and an average starting wage of more than $12 an hour. The program has helped launch more than 500 participant-owned businesses, with several exceeding more than $1 million in revenue. The organization is firmly committed to building better men in their faith, freedom, families, and finances. PEP is currently establishing their headquarters in Houston's East End Maker Hub to better serve and prepare graduates for successful transition. On September 23, 2021, the Prison Entrepreneurship Program will host its Barbed Wire to Business Accelerator at the Houston Country Club. This Shark Tank type event brings together well-known Houston business leaders, social impact investors, executive volunteers, and PEP's amazing second chance entrepreneurs to highlight second chance success. The City of Houston commends the Prison Entrepreneurship Program for bringing opportunity and entrepreneurship to individuals in need.
Therefore, I, Mayor Pro Tem Dave Martin, on behalf of Sylvester Turner, Mayor of the City of Houston, hereby proclaim September 23rd, 2021 as Prison Entrepreneurship Program Day in the City of Houston. Congratulations.
Mayor Pro Tem, Councilwoman Alcorn, City Council, thank you so much. What an honor. It is such a joy to be here today to showcase the Prison Entrepreneurship Program. Just to follow up on everything that was said, we're an innovative nonprofit social enterprise that stimulates life transformation in incarcerated individuals by unlocking their God-given potential through entrepreneurial passion, education, mentoring, as well as intense character assessment and development. We do that by linking our community's top business executives, entrepreneurs, MBA students with aspiring convicted felons. With motivation to turn their lives around, PEP empowers program participants to move from being tax consumers to taxpayers, from gang leaders to servant leaders, from pariahs to parents, employers, even philanthropists. The Councilwoman mentioned that our 17-year history of reduced recidivism is outstanding in this space. We're averaging 8% actually on recidivism. And for those men who stick in our program for 6 months, it's 4%. We have had over 1,000 graduates return to the Houston area. And applying our numbers, over 900, well over 900, have not only embraced their freedom, but they have demonstrated their value to the community, led in their families. They've contributed. They have become tax producers, and we are so glad to be able to impact Houston like that. And I'll tell you, she mentioned that we're moving into the East End Maker Hub and moving our headquarters there with the intention of building the nation's leading second chance incubator and accelerator right there in the East End Maker Hub. And what a great place to do it right here in Houston, Texas. We are honored to serve this community, making us a better place, a more involved, a more diversified place. 2/3 of our graduates are minorities and go on to become business leaders in their community. We're just excited to be a part of Houston, Texas, and we accept this honor with great humility, looking forward to the next iteration of what we're going to do right here in Houston, Texas.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly, and I'd be remiss if I didn't mention former Councilmember Dwight Boykins' Second Chance program that he brought to our attention and he implemented several years ago. And anything that has Shark Tank connected to it, which is my favorite TV program, should be a real great opportunity. So thank you for coming to us with this. We have a couple of council members in queue. Councilmember Tiffany Thomas.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Good afternoon, colleagues. And Mr. Kelly, thank you for your leadership around this program. I was first introduced to PEP from one of my good ALF friends, Jay Wall. My God. And so that was one of his passion projects. And I remember, and if anyone knows Jay Wall, he's particular. But I remember how he talked about this program and how connected he was to the transformation of these individuals. And I look forward to joining you and others next week as we celebrate and highlight some of the successes. And I just think it's important that who could these men these individuals be if this programming was offered to them earlier in their life, right? And so if we had this type of opportunities, because clearly it's not about success, it's about access and training. And so thank you for your work, and I look forward to supporting you.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman Thomas. And you're right, Jay Wall has made an indelible mark on PEP. He's a dynamo. As you know, I'm not only the CEO of the program, I'm a past participant. And I had to pitch to Mr. Wall, and he is one of the toughest panel members I will ever run across. And he remains that way today. And, I'm so excited that men coming behind me get the chance to really deliver and pitch their passion, their ideas with vulnerability, with excitement, with a hope, and they have the community wrapped around them to enable them to make that dream come true.
Councilmember Abby Kamen.
Thank you so much, Mayor Pro Tem and Councilmember Alcorn. Thank you for bringing this proclamation and recognition. Mr. Kelly, it's a privilege to have you, and this is the exact model that we should be talking about across the state of Texas, across the country when it comes to rehabilitation and ensuring that those that are incarcerated can succeed and that we are in fact breaking the cycle. I also, based on a lot of the work that we've done around council, really want to commend you for this positive and I'm trying to find the right meaningful training that is not necessarily forced upon inmates like we have seen with TDCJ and other more labor affiliated programs that really are unethical at this point. So thank you for all of that. I know that you're focusing on men right now. Whatever we can do to expand the program to include women who are incarcerated, another very, very vulnerable population, we would love to partner and help and support that. But thank you to all you do and all the companies that are supporting your efforts. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, Councilwoman. And Councilwoman Alcorn mentioned earlier that we're having a pitch event, a Shark Tank event, showcasing our second chance entrepreneurs. Next week at the Houston Country Club on Thursday night, we're having our Barbed Wire to Business Accelerator, and we're going to showcase some men that are leading amazing businesses. I've got David Weekley, Bob Harvey, Russell Ybarra, Heath Butler lined up to be sharks. It's going to be an amazing night. There are still tickets available for that, and we're going to be streaming that live, so I can make that link available to you so you guys can watch some amazing second chance entrepreneurs who are going to impact our community.
Thank you. Councilmember Robert Gallegos.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. Also, I want to thank Councilmember Alcorn for acknowledging Mr. Kelly and his organization. Reading in social media in regards to about coming into the East End Maker Hub, which thank you so much for doing that, coming into the East End. But like you had mentioned, you are you were a participant of the program, and to know what you have accomplished And I just want to say thank you so much for doing that and giving those with the opportunity for a second chance, not just a second chance, but the opportunity to actually have a business of their own to call their own in regards to coming back and helping the community as a whole as well with a successful business. So again, thank you, and whatever I can do on my end, please let me know. Thank you.
Thank you, Congressman. I'm happy to share with you, too, that I am also a first-time homeowner right here in Harris County, and I captured that on video as right after closing when I was walking into my new home to share with the men inside and said, you, too, will be a first-time homeowner, breaking that cycle. I have never lived in a home that my family owned, but I do now. I'm breaking that cycle. Many more men are going to do that behind me, so I'm honored for this organization to have its headquarters in Houston, Texas, and continue to impact this community. Thank you.
Councilmember Carolyn Evans Shabazz.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem, and certainly thank you, Council Member Alcorn, for bringing this proclamation. As you may know, Mr. Kelly, we thank you so much for what you do, and Councilmember Kamen and I think we spoke very passionately about what's going on in the TDCJ regarding the inmates not getting paid for their hard days of labor. And so certainly we would like to change that mindset and have them ready to go forward in your program. And it's so very wonderful that you have this in place for them. And I'm just so elated because I believe that, you know, a mindset makes a great difference in how people succeed. And we wanted to start inside the prison system, as well as being able to access programs such as yours when they come out. So thank you so very much for what you're doing, and I'm just elated. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Councilmember.
Councilwoman, I really appreciate that. And, you know, it's a very challenging situation that Mr. Collier has of TDCJ, the people coming out. But, you know, Texas really kind of leads the way in thinking about reentry, and I like to think we're at the spear point of that, and so we're happy to work with them and the community at fostering better solutions to the big problem we've got in this country.
Thank you.
Councilmember Tarsha Jackson.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. And first, thank you, Councilmember Alcorn, for bringing this up. Mr. Kelly, I'm really excited about this program. This is the first time I've heard about this program. In fact, I have a son that's in the prison system who has been in prison for 12 years. And so those years I have been working with young men that's coming out and connecting them to jobs. And so this program is exactly what we need here in Harris County and throughout the state of Texas, because there is a big problem where young men that's in jail that go in at a young age, 18 years old, and they get out in their 30s and 40s, have no skill set. And so this is an opportunity for them to get type of skill set and just get their life back on track. So I'm looking forward to working with you. I am the representative of District B, and you know we have a high number of people involved with the criminal justice system, and so I am your new best friend. So thank you again for everything that you're doing. Okay, thank you.
Councilwoman Jackson, thank you so much for that. I know the breakdown of the family fabric has left our young men, especially, clamoring for direction and vision of what an honorable life could look like. And we want the men in prison who desperately want to turn their lives around to have that opportunity, to have the people surround them to help point their true north. And so that's what we're going to do in an even bigger fashion going forward. Thank you.
And thank you. Before I give the last word over to Councilmember Sallie Alcorn, Mr. Kelly, your energy is contagious. I'm looking forward to going next Thursday night. It sounds like a great event, and I will try my hardest to be there. You remind me of my second favorite, Brian Kelly. He was my first favorite. He was the head coach of Notre Dame. You have a lot of the characteristics of that Mr. Kelly, and I'm sure a lot of those folks that you work with are ready to run through a wall to do things for you. So excited to have you here with us this afternoon. And Councilmember Alcorn.
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem Brian Kelly, still the coach of the Fighting Irish, go Irish. And Brian Kelly, thank you so much. Like the Mayor Pro Tem said, your enthusiasm, the way you talk about the program is contagious. It makes everybody, you know, just have hope. And I loved sitting down to breakfast with you and hearing your story. You're a remarkable, living, breathing, walking, talking example of how a life can turn around. So thank you for all you do, and I'll be there with bells on next Thursday. Thank you.
I'm looking forward to it. Thanks again so much. It's an honor to serve this community, and I love the way we approach diversification and embracing inclusivity and including people and giving hope to everybody who's interested in that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Kelly, and we'll see you next Thursday. Appreciate it.